to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to throw away stones, and a time to gather stones. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search, and a time to give something up as lost. A time to keep, and a time to throw away. A time to rip, and a time to sow. A time to keep silent, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time for war, and a time for peace. I was drawn to that passage just because of what I anticipated being here, and that is a group of people at all various different places in their reflections on Hannah. And for some of you, we see this beautiful picture of who she is, and we're just ready to kind of celebrate that life and get to after this time where we're able to have some food and have some beverages and be able to enjoy some memories about who she is. And for others are not quite there yet. We're still in that time to mourn. And so we just want to give you the freedom, wherever you are at, to be able to experience that today. And felt like those verses give you a good opportunity to be able to reflect on that tension. So if somebody feels like to you that they're a little too opposite of where you are, have some grace for them. Because, again, we're all kind of experiencing this differently. Well, also in Ecclesiastes it says this, chapter 7, "It is better to go to a funeral than a feast. For death is the destiny of every person, and the living should take this to heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, because sober reflection is good for the heart. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of merrymaking." I'm always drawn to that when I do memorial services. Those verses, I know them there, and I think it is an interesting consideration for us to reflect and to realize that we do have a date at which we will pass as well. And so here the teacher is saying exactly that. Be mindful, not only of what Hannah has gone through, but be mindful for yourself. And these moments, these memorials and celebrations of life, they give us that opportunity to be able to do a little self-introspection, a little of that time to just consider, what is most important in life? What is the things that are going to last? I was sensing the Spirit here. If you are willing, the Spirit has work to do among us today. The Spirit has work to do individually for some of you as you wrestle through some of these things. And the Spirit has things to do corporately in our community, in this faith community, this family, this ohana. The Spirit is there and waiting. And so I invite you to think about these things, and I honor you for being here in the first place, to be able to put yourself in this position where you are confronted with some of these thoughts. Well, he doesn't stop there. He also says in chapter 8:15, he says this, "So I recommend the enjoyment of life, for there is nothing better on earth for a person to do except to eat, drink, and enjoy life. So joy will accompany him or her in his or her toil during the days of their lives, which God gives them on earth." And that's another stage of this. It's almost as if he's just escorting us right through the stages of grief. And at some point we do stop this and we do gather around the table and we do begin to taste food and taste drink and realize, well, there's a lot of enjoyment in that. And there's enjoyment in the company that we have with those who are still with us. And so again, I invite you to consider what the Spirit is willing to do here among us is to build those and deepen those relationships with one another. And we'll have that opportunity here today. And yet he doesn't stop there either. He ends the whole book, the whole journey with this thought. Having heard everything, I've reached the conclusion: fear God and keep His commandments, because this is the whole duty of man. For God will evaluate every deed, including every secret thing, whether good or evil. And I think that's also something to consider as we're here today. Confronted with this is the reality that this life is not all there is. So we have an opportunity to reflect on what is to come. Thank heavens that this is not all that there is. Because there's pain and there's brokenness, but there is a God who's able to raise the dead back to life. And because of that, we have incredible hope that one day we can spend an unbroken, uncorrupted eternity with Him. And so I hope that as you're kind of wrestling through these things, that you do consider that too. Because for the living, it is important to recognize and realize that there is a God. To fear Him and to follow His ways. And we'll get into that a little bit more. I'm going to read a poem that expresses a little bit of this. It's by an Irish poet. Put my glasses back on again. Let's see that. His name is Paul David Hewson, and he's talking about his own father's journey toward death. And the question that was pertinent to him, and I think is pertinent to any of us who've lost a loved one: do you think he or she believes in God? And this is a poem that expresses some thoughts on them. I'm around the corner from anything that's real. I'm across the road from hope. I'm under a bridge in a riptide that's taken everything I call my own. One step closer to knowing. One step closer to knowing. I'm on an island at a busy intersection. I can't go forward. I can't turn back. I can't see the future. It's getting away from me. I just watched the taillights glowing. One step closer to knowing. One step closer to knowing. One step closer to knowing. 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 I'm hanging out to dry with my old clothes, fingers still red with the prick of an old rose. With a heart that hurts is a heart that beats. Can you hear the drummer slowing? One step closer to knowing. One step closer to knowing. One step closer to knowing. To knowing. To knowing. To knowing. One step closer to knowing. One step closer to knowing. One step closer to knowing. To knowing. To knowing. To knowing. I invite you to think about that, because I think those words are kind of pertinent for people of faith. Right? Many people have faith, have this outrageous, arrogant confidence in what they know. But the reality is that death will be that experience that we all face at that point where we will truly know. And so I invite you today to consider the words from another teacher, a teacher who came, born into this world that we just celebrated. His name's Jesus, the Son of God. And he said, if you believe in me, you have an opportunity at life eternal and life abundant. And then you will truly know the Father. You'll truly know the Son. You'll truly know the Spirit, the fullness of the Trinity. And then you'll have that intimacy with God Himself. That intimacy is an invitation to you today. It's an offer. And so wherever you are on your journey, I hope that as you wrestle through the things that we talk about today, the things that we've experienced in Hannah's life, my hope and prayer is that you have an encounter with this Jesus. He wants to do amazing things in your life to bring healing. and you have that opportunity to know him. If you ever want to hear that poem again, you might better know it by his stage name, Bono. He sings it with a band called U2, and one step closer to knowing it's his song. With that, I'm going to invite Michaela, right in front of me, Michaela, to come up and read a poem as well.
I'm Michaela, I'm Hannah's daughter, for those of you who don't know me. I'm going to read a poem that is coming from my mom's point of view. It says, I lived my life beside you all, cocooned within your love. So friends and family, please don't cry, I'm still with you, I'm just up above. The sounds of all your heartbeats are my sweetest melody, and now my heavenly bedtime, the angels play it back to me. I know how much you wish I'd stay. I feel so very blessed. Of all the people to have in my world, I got the very best. You may think of me in your waking hours and on those sleepless nights. Just look out of the window and you'll find me, that brightest star, that dazzling light. I'm that breeze in the summer, and I'm that unexpected white feather. I plucked it from my wings just for you, so you remember that we are always together. I know how much it hurt your soul, we had to say goodbye, but I am not gone, I am always here, I am your butterfly. And I also just want to thank you all for coming out and celebrating my life. It means a lot.
Alright, so we're going to take a little time to watch a slideshow, but what I want to encourage you to do while you're watching this slideshow is get your memories and celebrations ready to share, because after this you'll have an opportunity to come up and share them with everyone. Alright?
Here is my love for all of you.
is my love. Here is my love for all of I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blue for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, sparkling in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying how do you do? They're really saying I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They're like much more than I never knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful
I see the sunrise in the morning and a million stars at night. I hear the birds, they can't stop singing hallelujah. I see His goodness when I fall down and His grace that picks me up. Every day I can't stop singing hallelujah. How can you not see God in every little thing, in every little moment? How can you not feel love? How can you not? How can you not? 'Cause He's in the middle of every little thing, and every little moment. How can you not see God? How can you not? How can you not? I see the sunset and I wonder if He paints it just for me. Nobody else could make a world so beautiful. How could I question His love when it's everywhere I go? Wherever I look, I find another miracle. How can you not see God in every little thing, in every little moment? How can you not feel love? How can you not? How can you not? 'Cause He's in the middle of every little thing, and every little moment. How God in every little thing, in every little moment. How can you not feel love? Cause he's in the middle, he's in every little thing, in every little moment. How can you not see God? How can you not? How can you not? Oh, how can you not see God? In every little thing, in every little moment. How can you not see God? How can you not? How can you not? He's in the in my class, just drifting away, staring into the windows of the world. Teacher, tell me what you know. And I see the battles, I can't complain, 'cause I yeah, and it's true. Like I took a lead to you, but be with a girl like me. She's the one for you to be with. But when I'm caught all alone, I start pissing. It's so stated depression. On the clouds without moving, I begin to wonder, do you still love me? But after that, my whole world is beautiful. You know how a flower needs a little rain, and how a ray of sunshine needs a window pane. You know how the ocean needs a shore to break. Well, I just feel like we all feel that way. People need people, and hearts get low. The world's a bit too heavy for one shoulder to know. The strongest souls still wear out, and the hardest hearts still break. Sometimes you ain't alright, sometimes it's okay. So if you're asking me, people need people. Somebody to call when you're too close to the edge. Somebody to catch you when you're dancing on the ledge. Somebody to pray for you. Someone that you can pray for. To need every need. Oh, I believe it's what we're made for. People need people, and our hearts can love. The world's a bit too heavy for one shoulder to know. The strongest souls still wear out, and the hardest hearts still break. Sometimes you ain't alright, sometimes it's okay. So if you're asking me, people need people. People need people, but hearts get low. The world's a bit too heavy for one shoulder to hold. The strongest souls still wear out, and the hardest hearts still break. Sometimes you ain't alright, sometimes that's okay. So if you're asking me, as hard as this world can be, people need people.
Her daughter had a smile that wouldn't quit. And that was quite a good song you chose there in some of those. So, hopefully you had an opportunity to not only see some things that maybe stirred some memories for you, but also had a chance to allow the Holy Spirit to just kind of give you a little nudge. Like this is one of the most meaningful times, I think, for a family. And so if you have any little sense of nervousness, just get over it and come on up and share a little bit. I don't know if a family member wants to start things off or not, but the mic is open.
I'll go ahead and flub and flounder and cry some more. As I stood on the lanai watching that video and listening to the music that I know took you hours to put together. I also thought that could have been like 40 hours of video had we gone into the eras of our childhood and the photos we all have of one another. This opportunity that we have in this world that is very hectic and very painful, but so beautiful. We have this opportunity to be here together and this space that Diana takes care of. And enjoy these beautiful gardens with our incredible family, whom we've navigated life and birth. What do they say? The dash that's in between birth and our expiration date. And these are the times that make us who we are, showing up, sense of place, sense of purpose. For a woman who, as her mother said just a moment ago, she was so radiant and so dynamic and so attractive, not just in her physicality, but also in her personality, and to be so deeply and dearly loved. And oh, you sisters, oh my goodness, the Lambeth sisters. That's its own legacy. That could be its own, like, Harry Potter trilogy. I mean, I got some things in my life I wish I did better. And one of them was that I didn't stand up at Jake's funeral and say anything. And so today, as I thought of it, I will not make that mistake again. Can't do it perfect. Perfection is overrated and unattainable. But being here for one another, holding space, carrying plants, weaving tea, bringing tissues, that's the stuff of service, and that is the stuff of life. And that's what we have in this community going back generations. And I hope that all the littles who are here today carry on this legacy of love, unconditional love, regardless of our differences of opinion or beliefs or understandings. As Pastor said, we're going to continue to walk ourselves into the knowing. Until then, well, so much is unknown. But thank you for Hannah. Thank you, Hannah, for your dynamic life. For calling me Shebeka every time she's on me. And for being there now with Jake and Micah and Jonathan and Abraham and all those who already passed over. Thank you. We're going to feel you in every white feather and every butterfly kiss. And in the legacy that you have left us with. I love you guys.
Love you, Rebecca.
Thank you all for coming, supporting my sister and her. We all love Hannah very much, and she's still alive in our hearts. So, anyway, I appreciate it. I don't know most of you people, but aloha to you all. And let's carry on with a smile on our face, okay?
I'm Carrie Robertson, and I'm from Alaska. And Hannah came to me as a teenager and left as a woman. And she accomplished so much in her life. I saw her through her marriage and her birth of her children. And I saw her achieve goals as a single mom. She received her associate's degree while working full-time. And any goals she set, she achieved. And she added so much to our life. And I just want to tell Michaela how much we love you. And the rest of her family. And I know Hannah's dream came true. Even though we needed to leave her from Alaska, she came home. And she came home to her from Hawaii that she dearly loved and her family. And I thank y'all for loving her so much and sharing her with us. And she was a blessing. And in her name, Michaela and Diane, Hannah Love Children, because I'm in a child care center. And some friends of ours have a church in Dallas, Texas, and they wanted to build a room for special needs children with autistic and other disabilities so their parents could go to church. And they hired a special ed teacher. And so money was given in to build this room in Hannah's name. And so that'll be her legacy as well as ours in Alaska. So thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Fletch for those of you that don't know me. I was sitting over there feeling a little shy. And I started thinking about our girl Hannah. And one thing she was not. So, I hope you forgive me, Sarah, my sister Sarah over there. Her and I spent a lot of time with Hannah growing up, especially the teenage years. Yeah. I just wanted to share a story that might make a few of you laugh. So, Sarah, I'm going to borrow your story. Okay? So, feel free to correct me if I get details wrong here. This was back when the girls first got their licenses. And Sarah got probably one of the ugliest cars on the planet. I believe it was a 70-something Pinto. Yes.
Bright yellow with blue pattern.
Yeah, bright yellow with blue pattern. It was, I was saying, this is, you can imagine. And Hannah and her vain side refused to ride it. So, she refused to be seen in such a vehicle. So, the girls, of course, had somewhere to go, right? I don't know whether they were going to the beach or wherever they were going, but, sorry. Thank you. Alright, sorry. I'm not used to microphones and whatnot. Anyway, so they came up with a solution. They put paper bags on their heads and cut out eye holes. This way, no one would witness them driving. They were headed into Kano, and right on the end of the drive there, where there's that steep hill going up towards the shopping center, right? And as they were going up the hill, come to the stop up there, a large spider jumped out. At which they both lost it.
Hannah was driving.
And they jumped out of said vehicle wearing paper bags. And this yellow wood paddle Pinto began to roll back down the hill. And I don't quite remember how that ended up. Did you save? Did you jump back in?
I jumped in. She jumped out the driver's seat. I jumped in.
Anyway, so when I think of Hannah, I think of moments like those. She was so much fun, and she brought a smile to so many faces. And like I said, I just couldn't sit there and be shy. She would be ashamed of me. And I hope maybe this inspires some more of you out in the crowd that might have a funny story or a sweet story or any kind of story or whatever you want to say. It's hard to get up in front of a crowd, especially when you don't know everybody. We all know her, and so that all brings us together, yeah. And our love for her, and love you guys, and the family. I love you guys, and yeah.
In life, I hate public speaking, but I love Hannah, so girl, I'm doing this for you. Family, oh my gosh, you're a spitting image of your mom. So pretty. I just seeing classmates and just seeing this doggone car. Oh my gosh, did we ever make it to school? Did we? I don't even know. We just so many flooding memories and so grateful. She was never shy, so when she came over, I danced tuba my whole life. But I come from a musical family, and I was always shy of this thing, but she never was. So we would go hear my parents sing, and she'd get right up to me like, "Girl, let's go sing." I don't sing. It missed me. Not everybody else did. It missed me. Stop this. As far as my mom was playing guitars, no, I'm not gonna sing it. But she always gave me the courage, and I'm so grateful for that. I know she would be hosting today. I mean, girl is not shy, and I was just so grateful for her positivity, her infectious laugh. And she just had a spirit that soared. I'm so grateful to all her friends. I'm grateful that, obviously she moved away, I moved away, and we all had Kiki, and we eventually wanted to go back to our island. And so I was telling Mom that I got the opportunity to see her. I think she had just moved out, maybe like within 6 months, and we caught up pretty fast. And I never saw her again, so I was so sad, but I'm so grateful for the lives she's touched and just memories that have come back from high school days and just being Kona, but good fun. So grateful, and I love you all.
Just want to say, I'm Rebecca. Those who don't know me, I just want to say how grateful I am to live in a community like we do, where anytime you call on someone or a friend, that we're going to be there for you. No matter what, no matter how many times, we will be there. We will drop our lives. We will drop whatever we have to, and just prioritize what's important. And sometimes we don't understand why more is given to others. God says that He won't give us more than we can handle. And sometimes we don't understand why it keeps being given and given and given over and over, but I think it's a reminder to all of us to not waste any time. That every moment that we have, we don't know if we're going to have another one. And there's so many cycles of life and death and joy and mourning. God says that He will turn this mourning into joy. I don't know when, and I don't know how, but He's faithful, and He will, and He promises. And the Lambeth women, Diana, you're such a queen and a being, and you've had the strongest daughters and sons, and then some of the strongest women we all know, opinionated, very, very opinionated. Too opinionated. But we still love all of you guys so much. You guys are like sisters to me. And I don't want to be your goodness with you. I'm so sorry. But Amber was such a joy, and her smile sort of looked in through you. And every time we look at you, we know she's still here. And she's always going to be here in our hearts. But I just think it's so important. Like, none of us want to be here at times like this, but it has to remind you to take every day and not waste time.
Yeah.
Do not waste time with nonsense. Do not say an unkind word to somebody you care about. Don't waste time. Because time is the only gift that we can never get back. So make every day count. Make your lives count. Be generous. Be givers. Be lovers. Speak kindness to each other. Don't waste time. Not with sisters. And everybody else. Okay, I think it's just such a reminder. We don't want these kind of reminders, but it's so important that we have to live love. And we have to make a conscious choice every day. Love you guys.
Yeah, brother.
My name is Jesse Broderson, and most of you know I'm one of 3 boys, and growing up in my household, and so I had brothers, but I had sisters too, and most of them were in this room with us, and the Lambeth sisters were definitely my big sister, my little sister. And I'm just up here to share how grateful I am for the memories, right, that we all shared together, and you know, the upbringing and the childhood that you guys gave us was so special. It was definitely, you know, you guys came out here in the early days. I know there are earlier days than that, but they were early days. And oh gosh, the memories of just the different homes that we got to play at. Jake Lambeth was one of my best friends growing up. And just so many clear memories of, you know, our parents being together, and then, you know how it is, the parents are together and then the kids are playing. And a lot of my life was done with you guys playing. And so I thank you for that. And, you know, I understand why Hawaii is such a popular place and people love to come here and raise their families here because of the childhood that I got to experience here, that you guys forged the way, you know, for. And gosh, I just, you know, having pine trees with nobody around for an entire weekend, taking that old flatbed truck and the old road, having us there. Somehow we didn't bounce out on the way back, or Adam actually did. Once landed on his head. But I just want to say how much I love you guys. And your mom is very special. I know we don't know each other very well, but I know your family very well. Love you, Autumn. I love all the extended family. And the uncle that I've never met. Thank you. And yeah, just on behalf of the Brodersons, we love all of you. Thank you for, you know, just what you created, you know, for me and for the rest of the community. I think it's just a blessing. So you,
I am terrified to be up here, but I love Hannah and she wouldn't have been scared either. Yes, I loved Hannah so much. She loved Big. She loved Carlson so much, and I felt that she always made me and my kids feel so special, and I know we were to her. And that is something so special when somebody actually is there for you and loves you, answers the phone, they have a good day, bad day, uplift you. She was there, and I will miss her so dearly. It has taken me a while to process that she's gone, and I don't think that I have quite processed it yet. But I do have to share, the other night I was talking to my husband on the deck and just flooding of memories and hurting and missing her and realizing that she won't be here to walk with us right here through a lot of things. And I told Jesse, I said, you know, though, it's so awesome that we have a wonderful hope in heaven and that we do have that hope through Christ and we will get to see our loved ones again. And then I said, you know, I think Hannah's up in heaven right now, smiling down at us and telling us that she loves us. And literally, right as I said, I love you, I saw the most vibrant, valiant, couldn't even call it a star. Like, I don't even know what the heck I saw. It was like a comet. I mean, my husband saw it fly across the entire sky. I've never seen anything like it. And I knew it was her. It was so Hannah. So vibrant. So, hello, I'm here. Yeah. I do love you, and I'm here, and I'm happy, and I'm still with you. And it gave me such comfort. And I wasn't going to share because I hate this, but I had to share that because it was so special. And she was so special to me. And thank you all for being here.
I got in a little late from work last night, so I'm like, oh, a little delirious.
some of the most toughest women and most beautiful women that I know. I've known these gals that used to come down to my house when they were little kids. And I put in your card too, I have in our days, we didn't have cell phones, I had a box camera and I wait. So I got to a paycheck to get it developed and wait 2 weeks and put them in albums. And they're wrapped and protected and they're in tubs. And I promise that, and I have several albums. Them all hanging at the back end of the truck, running around like big old coffee house. And we just had lots of fun. I loved your mother and you're just as beautiful as she is. And you're gonna be okay. Carry on her. Fun, exuberance. Maybe tone down that loudness. And Diana is one of the most toughest women I know, and I love her dearly. Mom, Sarah, and all of you, and just, we're all here to help each other, we're all walking each other home. And just, God bless you, and thanks for everybody for being here. Just so many beautiful friends, and love, and togetherness. And just goes back, it's been a while since I've seen all the girls, but it's just kind of, I guess this is what it takes for us to get to see each other, because we're on Facebook all the time. Yeah, we're going to get together and lunch, and we're just all busy with lives, and the surfers back here. You guys are unbelievable. Good job, okay? But stay tough, and number one, God's with us. And this family has so much faith, and they have given, I was raised with faith too, but it's just given us, just ensuring it more and more, and you realize that as we get older, that, it's just the only way to go. Once again, we're just all walking each other home, thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Chase. I'm not going to use the mic because I'm sure you guys can all hear me out there. And that's important to me because growing up, I was definitely a shy kid. I absolutely hate that I'm up here speaking right now, but she would kick my ass. I'm sorry. If I did not want to say something. I got to have a nice moment with Auntie Hannah. It's one of my most cherished memories. When I was staying at Grandma's with my cousin Morgan. And I have a tendency to talk fast and quiet, and I mumble a lot because I feel like, maybe I don't have the best things to say. And then Auntie Hannah pulled me aside and asked me why I do that. And I was like, well, I'm just shy and I don't know if what I'm saying is the best thing to say. And she said, screw that, Chase. What you say is important, what you say matters. And she did that to everybody. She made us all feel loved, all made us feel important. And I think we need to carry that on. And I had the unlucky disprivilege of mostly losing contact with her in her last few years. And, as my grandma and my aunties all explained to me and my moms that Auntie Hannah was reaching that point of passing, I was like, why did I do that? Why did I lose contact? Why didn't I keep that going? Everybody, I don't know 90% of you guys as I look at your faces. You guys are all on it, obviously, or you wouldn't be here, right? So this is me coming up, promising Auntie Hannah that I will keep that contact with all of you guys. I don't give a shit if you don't know me. I'm Chase, I'm Sarah's son, I'm Diana's grandson, and I'm here. Come say hi to me when we're getting food. There's 12 good people there. Save me a couple plates because I'm this way. I love all you guys. I don't care. Again, my name is Chase, but like I said, I know most of you guys. But Auntie Hannah would want us to talk, want us to communicate, want us to laugh and be loud and have a good time. That's what she always did. Right? Right? So let's do it for her. Let's love each other like she would want us to. Yeah. Alright, that's all.
First of all, I just want to say a couple full our hearts are for everybody that came here today to just love our family and to remember this.
We love you all.
Especially the two Rebecca's are the bond and they did all this. I'm like, I know who my people are. Hey, sisters, I need you. And they just like went above and beyond and just went like all this beautiful stuff to honor my sister.
All of us.
Sorry. Anyways, my sister was crazy. And I don't know if you know how horrible and difficult it was growing up with her, but let me just tell you, it was insane. So, no, I'm just kidding. It's so hard. So, like, we are very different, and she loved to tease me. So she would totally tease me, and I'd be like, oh, stop teasing me. I'd be like, Mom, Hannah's teasing me. She's like, oh, what? I would never do that. She's totally, and then my mom would look at her, and then she'd look at me and go, she's not teasing you. And now my mom's turned away, she'd be like, she's doing it right now. And my mom would be like, do that? Oh my gosh. Anyway, she taught me so much patience and forgiveness. Anyways, no, we definitely have gone through our valleys and through our mountaintops, but we always came back together. You know, it took us a little bit of time. We both knew that if we called and said we need each other, we would be there. I think that that's super important. I personally wish that I would have been more forgiving and more willing to bridge the gaps. And so I just want to encourage you that if you have something that's challenging in your life, that you just be that person. You know, it's not about who's right and who's wrong. You know, this life is so much just about love. And that's the best thing that we can do for each other, is love each other. So I know some of you don't believe in Jesus, but I'm going to tell you something about my sister. My sister was a total scaredy cat, so all that stuff she did to me when she was little, I totally got her back because she was freaked out about spiders, cliffs. So I'd be like driving, I'd be like, yo, just get a little closer. Tell me! You're not doing anything, what are you talking about? You taught me this movie. Anyway, oh, a spider? Ooh, I'm gonna have to put it on you. Jumping out of the car, hold on, that was her all day long. So anyways, but she did have this part of her that was afraid. And I think that what she was afraid of was dying. And so she had this fear. And the coolest thing happened, you know, at the end, she knew she was fighting, you know, she was fighting for life and she was sick. But she, you know, she wanted to live, and so I went with her to the doctor. She was having a procedure, and afterwards she said, oh my gosh, that was so cool. And I'm like, what was cool about it? And she's like, I mean, thank you, Jesus, because I used to be so scared of that procedure, and I'm not afraid anymore. And, you know, she gave credit to Jesus because she found out what having a relationship with him was like. And at the end, she told me that she wasn't afraid. She had a conversation with Sarah too. Do you want to share it? Okay. So she told my sister that she used to be terrified of dying, but that she wasn't afraid anymore because she knew Jesus and she knew where she was going and she knew that he had her back. And I just feel like, I just want to say that out loud. I hope nobody's offended, but for me, really doing it. I know my sister would all have that same feeling because she was really scared. Like, it wasn't a joke, she wasn't acting. She was actually scared in her heart to die. And that caused her to like shy away from a lot of life. Even though she was so vivacious and awesome, and we all know that part of her, she also had like this scared little girl in her heart. And at the end, she wasn't that. She was confident. And when she died,
her face, it was so peaceful. She had a smile. I'm a nurse, I used to do hospice, I've seen so many people die. I was like, what in the world? That's beautiful. Like, you could tell she died with comfort and peace in her heart, and it was amazing. And then we were misty, and Michaela was sitting on the porch. The sun was rising after she passed, and we were talking about her and how beautiful and peaceful she looked. And this white owl came flying across the sunrise, and we were like, hey, Hannah! There you are, yay! So I just want to share that with you. I hope that you will consider it. If you are resistant to even listening to what I'm saying, you're like, I talk about Jesus, I just want to talk about how cool Hannah was. I'm telling you, Hannah would want me to talk about it, so there you go. Hello everybody, I've been in the Lambeth family for over 35 years. We started with good friends, we started to sleep together. Love you. I always gonna remember how she was always spoken one of the wall. The one thing that I really caught was she always loved my chicken lowers. When I reach out there, chicken lowers. But I'm always gonna remember that from your wedding. I never forget the good memories. It was cold back then, and we never like to do the wrong things, but sometimes it was a bit more annoying. And I started on streamers, and that happens from us. I love her a long time. I'm trying to get out here, but I just have to tell the funniest story. So, like the last couple of weeks of my sister's life, she was like hungry for all kinds of stuff. She'd be like, chicken long rice for a week. Chicken long rice. I'm like, what do you want? Chicken long rice. I'm like, I don't know why they're bringing chicken long rice. She's like calling Pine Tree Cafe, chicken long rice. So she's in the bathroom. I'm like, her phone's ringing. I'm like, hello? It's like 6:50. You're like, hey Hannah, your chicken long rice is ready. You got 10 minutes to get down here. I'm like, what the hell? She didn't even tell anybody she was ordering chicken long rice. Anyway, we were like, where did she get this love for chicken long rice? And it was the wedding, but it's hilarious. Anyway, I just had to tell you though. She did send me a picture of all the ingredients and I made it for her, but it definitely wasn't a food event. She took like 3 bites and she was like, thanks, sister. Aloha. I flew out from Seattle for say hi to my longtime sisters and longtime friends who I haven't seen in a long time. And we go way back and the memories, and I just have wanted to treasure my love and share again all of the great stories and see everyone's faces. And the last time I saw Hannah, I came out for a month when my youngest was born and spent a month, and she came and spent the whole day meeting my kids. And she's like, I'm gonna come out and see you. I'm gonna come back and see you. And we would chat. And so when I saw the tribute, it was like, wait a second. I'm taking you home to Kona so you can come see the Kona and the love and where I come from. So it really means a lot to be here and to come to you all again. I love that girl. Aloha. you never think you'd be here doing this. It's so surreal to sit, to see something like this, you know, and to know that, you know, like Rebecca said, like it's, every day is precious and every moment and season, you know, with somebody is precious. And I know Hannah in so many facets, you know, literally close friends. And I look at this picture and I see so much joy, but I also know her and I see so much pain too, because she shared with me so many beautiful things. I feel like we were together in sickness and in health. I got to see her lots and lots of ways, and I know her faith was strong, and I know she was super sensitive, and I know she was super strong, and I know she would want us all to party, and I also know that she also was a very private person that, you know, kept treasures in her heart. And I think of so many memories we had together, and I get to treasure those in my heart. I don't have to share them. And before she passed, I got to see, you know, her months ago, and she left some treasures at my home. And I told her, you know, she was wearing this one ring. And McKenna says this isn't the ring she's looking for, so she says, my mom looking for you, you get it. But it was a ring she wore all the time, and she took it off at my house, and then I told her, I said, oh my gosh, I don't know, my kids were playing with it, we lost it. She's like, oh, who cares? You know, I don't care about that ring. And after she passed, I found it, and it meant like so much to me. I found this little clip that she left at my house, and I got to wear it all night. No, but she was just such a special, as you know, there was such depth to her, you know, and when she let you see that side of her, it was such, just special that I'll get to always keep here, so. Love you guys.
This is your 30-second warning. If you have something, now's the time. Come up and to share. This is going such a long way toward the healing process for so many. So please don't hesitate to come up. All right?
Hi, my name is Norm. My wife Suzanne is in the back there. We have known the Lambeth family for, I would say, maybe 45 years. We've known you guys from the early 70s. I think I first met Diana when she was 18 years old. How about years ago, and all these little kids that they were watching on the stomach. But my wife and I, from the family, just want you guys to let you know we love you so, so much. We feel for you. We pray that God will continue to bless you and give you the strength to carry on and glorify Him for the rest of your lives.
Chase is looking at 20 and he said, let's get to the food. Well, this is an opportunity here. I think we've taken more than one step closer to getting to know your daughter, your mother, your sister. And I think we're all richer for having gone through this today, so thank you. We're also one step closer to getting to know one another because of the shared stories and the shared life that we have with her. And so if you're willing you also have the opportunity to take one step closer to getting to know your personal Savior, Jesus. It's an invitation to every one of us this moment to be able to reflect on these things and really take this temporal thing and put some eternity spin onto it. And so there is indeed, for the people of faith, we do not grieve without hope. We grieve with hope. Hope that there is a God who is able to raise the dead back to life. And it is that hope that is what sustains so many of us. It comes through the forgiveness of sins offered in only one name. His name is Jesus. And he stands waiting with an invitation to you to be in a personal relationship. If you're here and you're kind of wrestling through some of these things and you'd like to talk more, I'm here. Anybody up here is able to have a conversation with you as well. And then you also will be able to share that same hope, the same peace that Hannah had. Even in the end, when you are facing the most uncomfortable of things, to be able to have that peace, knowing that your eternity is set in love. And that's what she is. She's surrounded in love and in peace with our Savior. There is food after this, and so once again, I invite you to be mindful of people. We're all in a different space on this, and be willing to enter into those conversations. Make sure you talk to Chase. All right? He wants everybody to talk to him. But share your hug, share your aloha, and share the spirit of Hannah. Father, thank you so much for this time that we've had. Will you continue to allow your spirit to mend broken hearts, to bring that healing that is only possible from you. And also in this community, Father, this great ohana that has been together for so long. May this next portion of the evening be a time to just knit even closer the connections and the ties that bind us all together. Thank you for all that you have done. May our time be honoring to you and encouraging to one another. In Jesus' name, amen. Family invites you to stay.